The last family vacation. It was for the first time in 10 years the Parker family planned a trip together. They were a small family, but everyone was so busy they barely managed to spend time together. So finally, in the summer of 1990, they rented a house by the Lake Tahoe. Mary was 16 years old and very much excited about the trip. Everything was decided, and all seemed to be perfect. However, deep down all three of them felt something wasn't right. After driving for 4 hours, they finally reached the spot. An old man was waiting for them at the door. He handed them the keys and left as fast as he could. He didn't even utter a word. They all found that pretty weird, but didn't give it much notice as they were all pretty tired too. Mary's mom went straight to the kitchen to prepare snacks, while others settled in the living room. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" Mary asked her dad. "It sure is. Want to go upstairs and check out the rest of the rooms?" he asked, so they went upstairs to look around. The rooms were pretty large, but a little dirty. Suddenly, Mary's mom screamed out of the blue. They rushed downstairs asking what happened. To their surprise, there was a dead dove inside the cabinet. The dove was cut precisely by the chest, and that is what creeped the family out. With a heavy heart, they all went to the living room to relax a little. As they were getting cozy, they all fell asleep together. In the spur of the moment, there was a loud bang on the door which woke them up. When they checked the time, it was 10:11 p.m. "Who is it?" Mary asked as she peeped through the peephole, but there was no one on the door. So she returned. Once again, there was a knock on the door. Without asking who it was, Mary promptly opened the door. A little girl was standing outside. "Do you know where Mama is?" she asked in a sad voice. "No, I don't know. Did you get lost?" Mary asked. But the little girl started weeping. "Come on in," Mary's mom responded. The girl paused for a while and came inside. Everyone underestimated her as a little girl, but that was their biggest mistake. Out of the blue, the girl started to laugh hysterically. "She is here," she uttered loudly. Mary's heart sank. Just as she was about to turn behind to look at her parents, the light went out and there was silence across the room. "Mom? Dad?" Mary asked, but it felt as though they weren't there. Mary reached her flashlight and looked around. But to her surprise, there was blood all over the living room, and her parents were dead with a cut on their chest. Mary couldn't believe what she just saw. How could that possibly be? So she tried to run away from there. She reached the door, but it didn't open. Then suddenly the armchair started rocking on its own, and the wind started to howl. That little girl then emerged from the darkness. Her legs were turned backward, and she had blood all over her mouth. "She's here." She laughed again and kept running towards Mary. In an attempt to save herself, Mary jumped from the window, but she landed upon a tombstone that read, "Mary Parker, 1983 to 1990.